Yeah, man. Back again at you with a new video. You know what I'm saying? Now, Jeremiah 2 is asking, 2:14, is Israel a servant? Is he a homeborn slave? Why is he spoiled? Yes, yes, they are homeborn slaves, people. You know that? Homeborn slave. That's what these niggas are. And Yahweh himself take a piece because he knows that they were born with nothing. You know, they were born inside a corporation, and now these babies, their babies are born juiced. You know, because the mama's been taking juice, the baby's coming juice. He's a homeborn slave. Understand that? It's property of the slave masters that Yahweh sent them to serve. That's what it is all about. You know, they all servants, they all persons, they all slaves. You know. So I wanted to show you guys the Visigoths that we spoke about before, and how these dudes history does not go with all the history of the Moors, because these guys call themselves Arabs, you know what I'm saying, and they claim they were the ones conquering the Visigoths, which are reported to be the first people that were in Europe before the Moors, so-called Moors, come down people. They claim the Visigoths, which were a set of white people, Germanic people, white Germanic people. Yeah, they claim that they were there before in all this territory, Italy, all the way up there. You know what I'm saying? From all the way down to Portugal, Algarve, all the way down to Faro. So these people were white people that, you know, we see today everywhere, you know what I'm saying? And these people are not even what you think they are. They are the new people that came after. So the Moors going there and this and that, it was not that long ago, if they did, because I think they didn't. But okay, they call them Arabs. That the Arabs reconquest the Visigoths and took their lands and bust them out up north of Europe. You know what I'm saying? And then these other people took their place, like Portuguese, Spanish. But who are these people? They are the same people, Germanic peoples. You see the confusion, how they divide themselves and tell you that they are these people, they are that people, when they are all the same people. Understand that? And then they give you the illusion of the Moors coming in and out. It's just a flash that they told you, but they tell you that they've been there for a long time. You know, that the Moors conquered the Visigoths. It's the same people. The Arabs conquered the Portuguese. The Portuguese conquered the Visigoths. Makes sense to you? The Spanish conquered the Visigoths. Makes sense to you? No. Okay, if I tell you the Moors conquered the Visigoths, make more sense, right? Oh, they were black. They were from Africa. Oh, makes more sense. Oh, And their religion, don't forget that. They were Muslims. And the Visigoths, well, they were Christians, were they? But they destroyed Rome, right? It's all a messed up story they gave you. That makes no sense from one end to the other because it's all made up. Once you start, putting the pieces in place, you're gonna see nothing fits. And the dates that they gave you and all the stuff about the Visigoths and all that, it's all an imagination, people. It's all, I'm telling you, do your own research. You don't have to believe nothing I tell you. It's my opinions, you know what I'm saying? My research, you know what I'm saying? And the Western Roman Empire, the same people. you got the Visigoths, they the same people. Ostrogoths, they the same people. Germanic people is the same people. Portuguese is same Germanic people, But they're gonna divide them and make you think that we're different, like they do today. They're gonna tell you French people is something else, and German people is something else. No, they both came. They're the same people. Just because they speak different language doesn't mean they're not the same people. They're the same people. Only they live in separate lands. So they got kind of, varying traditions. So, but, you can say that they are all different people now. They are, and fight each other and this and that. But this is all a construct, as I told you, because you're dealing with the promised lands, you're dealing with the upkeep of the promised lands. You gotta have kingdoms, you gotta be divided. You cannot be one thing like the Negroes were doing, and what happened to them? You know what I'm saying? So they got them divided in different nations, different kingdoms. The whole history of keeps popping up about Rome before and after them. There's always Rome. You know what I'm saying? You see the construct, you see the manipulators that are always there, are the ones that control it. Because you got Rome before and after the whole thing. You know, that's really big. Hold on. Goth, member of a Germanic people with two branches, the Ostrogoths and the Visigoths, for centuries harassed the Roman Empire. According to their own legend, reported by the mid-6th century Gothic historian Jordanes, the Goths originated in southern Scandinavia. Yeah. And crossed the ships. Hold on. In southern Scandinavia, crossed in 3 ships under their king Beric to the southern shore of the Baltic Sea. Wow. So they just, according to a legend, people, reported by the mid-6th century, a legend, people, Gothic historian Jordanes, the Goths originated in southern Scandinavia. Don't forget, people, a legend. And crossed in 3 ships under the King Beric into the southern shore of Baltic Sea. Ain't that something? Where they settled after defeating the Vandals and other Germanic peoples. You see that? They all were coming. Yeah, and was getting here first and after, and then you get there after you killing another Germanic people that look like you. Same people. In that area, Tacitus states that the Goths at this time were distinguished by their round shields, their short swords, and their obedience toward their kings. Jordanes goes on to report that they migrated southward from the Vistula region under Philima, the Feet King after Beric, and after various adventures arrived at Black Sea. Can you believe that, people? They just jumped off, crossed the sea, and went around Italy, went around Rome, came all down, Carthagena, Toledo, Portugal, everything. They took everything, basically. Just like so-called Boers, but coming that in that other direction. You know what I'm saying? Coming from the north, they managed to do all of that. Ain't that something, people? And they are all the same people, all Germanic peoples. Why they divide them and classify them? It's beyond me. You know, but okay, it's like these Africans do, you know, they divide and classify them and you know, make tribes, and next minute they all killing each other. This moment took place in the second half of the 2nd century, and have been pressured from the gods that drove other Germanic peoples to exert heavy pressure on the Danubian frontier of the Roman Empire during the reign of Marcus Aurelius. Throughout the 3rd century, Gothic raids on the Roman provinces in Asia Minor and the Black Peninsula were numerous, and the reign of Aurelian 270 to 275 they obliged the Romans to evacuate the Trans-Danubian province of Dacia. Those gods living between the Danube and, okay, well, they know with a lot of stories that I'm not interested about how they moved and what they did. It's not my business. Okay, the ones that then as the rivers became known as Visigoths, and those that in that of now the Ukraine as Ostrogoths. Ain't that Ostrogoths? Ain't that something, people? So Russia is the Visigoths and Ukraine is Ostrogoths. But ain't that the same people? Then they came from the same realm. But they're gonna tell you they not. They fighting each other, they killing each other, they like they all divide. Don't fall for them. They all came from the same place, as we can see. You can't fool us. In 412, Atulfus led the Visigoths, who had recently sacked Rome for 10 from Italy to settle in southern Gaul. 2 years later, married the Roman princess. Okay, I'm not interested in these fabricated stories of Romans. You know what I'm saying? Truth member of Germanic people who with Angles of Saxons. Angles and Saxons, same people, right? Invaded Britain in the 5th century AD. The Jutes have no recorded history of the European continent, but there is considerable evidence that their home was in the Scandinavian area, probably Jutland, and that those who did not migrate were later absorbed by the Danes. According to the Venerable Bede, the Jutes settled in Kent, the Isle of Wight, and parts of Hampshire. In Kent, their name soon died out, but there is considerable evidence in the social structure of that area that its settlers were of a different race from their neighbors. There is archaeological evidence to confirm that Bede's, I don't know how to really spell this, but I think it's Bede's statement that the eyes of white in Kent were settled by the same people. And their presence in Hampshire is confirmed by the play. Okay, man, I wouldn't believe a thing that these guys are telling you here. You know what I'm saying? America died between 370 and 3. They couldn't be here. They didn't come until I-7. So I-3? I don't think so. Although the extract limits of this territory are obscured. It evidently stretched south. Okay, it did. The only certain facts about Germanic, I don't even know what I'm reading about now. He committed suicide because I don't want to know about your dramas. It's dramas in history. It's just dramas, no truth. At the early date, man, and then they give you all these weird names that people can't even spell. Germanic became the center of popular tradition, according to the 6th century historian. Okay, man, I'm gonna stop now with this BS, but you guys can see, okay, for what I've read already, that the Goths and Visigoths are all the same people. They are all Germanic. They are all Europeans today. I mean, they know today as Europeans. You know what I'm saying? But they came from another place, as stated in this text. They came from a long way across some canals and, you know, made their way in. And it's the same people you see, a lot of them, the same people you see today out here, making wars, doing trouble, you know. A lot of them is the same people. But then they came with all this doctrine of separation, but they are all the same, look the same, you know, all green dye, all look white people, you know, but they divided themselves by all the titles and other stuff, all the kings and other stuff, yeah. So they fight each other when they came in, they claim, but I don't think so. A kingdom that is divided cannot prevail. So this is all a story that I don't think it ever happened. They didn't ever been fighting each other like this and fucking each other up like that. I don't think so. This is all a script. That's what in my opinion, that's what I think. You know what I'm saying? And this script is to fulfill the gaps in the history that, you know, they've taken out. The stuff that they've taken out, they had to replace with something. So they gotta write something that makes sense to you. It doesn't make sense, but okay, to you it makes sense. Okay, because you know, reading deep and investigating these people. And it's not otherwise you will know what the Visigoths are, what they've been up to. You know what I'm saying? But they rarely will tell you these things at school. I don't think so. You know what I'm saying? So you know that they are the Visigoths and that they were there before the Moors and that they came from another realm. Okay, but they won't tell you who were there before them yet. Okay, and I see dates, but these dates makes no sense because these dates that they show here in that time in the real history they didn't exist. They were not here, they didn't exist. So how could that be happening? So from that, just from that, I know that you know, it's BS. You know that's man. Look, hold on. I have another video to show you about these Israelites, man. They're going down. Their Yahweh God is going to destroy them. You know what I'm saying? Even these Pan-Africans are exposing them that they're getting booted out of their promised lands that they promised them. With the Black Lives Matter and all that crap in there, man. Ain't that something? Let's have a look. God damn nuts, man.
Peace, family. Vicky Dillon here for African Diaspora News Channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be sure to give the broadcast a big thumbs up and share. When you do this, it makes it more likely that other folks will know that we're here. And how many of you all know that the collective Black voice
Collective what? Okay.
to the oppressive classes media apparatus. So you help to strengthen that, and you make us a formidable force when you share and support networks such as this. Thank you so much. Family, I came across this very shocking story out of Israel. I want you to watch this brief clip of a couple of parents. These folks are labeled in multiple ways: African Hebrews, African Hebrew Israelis, African Hebrew Israelites. They just want to be a part of the land of Israel. They're not coming there to work against them, to threaten anyone, but yet and still folks that have lived there for many years, that have children and families there, who have been an extraordinary benefit to the land, are receiving shocking, seemingly capricious deportation threats. In addition to what you just heard, listen to something that this community leader, Ahmadel Ben Kedua, who's a community spokesperson, just said. He says they can make all kinds of exceptions and creative immigration rules that allow for Ukrainians and others to come in. But when it comes to those of African ancestry, we seem to be the target of very, very crafty wording and loopholes that define us on the outside. And this is
Okay. You just heard about Ukrainians being able to come into that land and do as they please. But they're sending these Africans back to their land, African Israelites. Yeah, so I told you they got this racist. These people are the same people. It doesn't matter, it's the same. That's why they have, a pass. But these niggas think that there's some God that they're gonna find in that land, and that land is holy and all that. All these niggas, all of them together. Don't let them fool you. All of them are together. African Hebrew Israelites, yeah, threaten deportation to make room for Ukrainians. You see that? The Visigoths, I've told you, they are the old same. The old same people. Don't care if they call them Jews, it's the same people. Visigoths, Germanic peoples.
I say basically accepted under the law of return, because it was very loose. It wasn't something that was rigid like that. So family, this war, this Ukrainian-Russian war that has just upset so many of us here in the United States and around the world, many of our brothers and sisters on the continent of Africa are feeling bullied by Ukrainian leadership because they have not just solely taken their side and cut off our relationships with Russia, even though they're calling for peace on all sides for the most part. But now you're hearing Black Israelis, African Israelis, decry deportation threats, and there's not, as far as we can see, a real solid reason for that. We're going to stay on top of this so that we can give you the latest, most accurate information. But I wanted to share this story with our brothers and sisters that are in Israel as well. My name is Vicky Dillon. Be sure to check out my spiritual school at plugvicky.com. That's plugvicky.com. I can't wait to see you again.
Yeah, guys, that's what it is. You know what I'm saying? They all do the same stuff. They all the same people selling you the same garbage. Understand that? From time to time, they move places, they move from land to land, they rename themselves, and they start trouble. Okay? There's nothing else out there. But these invaders, they are fallen angels, religio, all them came to destroy you. Understand that? Are they slaves? Are they spoiled? Yes. They all used. That's it, man. I love you all. Keep the instructions. Peace.